He built a company that didn't exist. He forged documents and created fake identities. He used that to convince a US bank to send him over $200,000. And when the bank came knocking for their repayments, he fled. First South Africa, then Nigeria. But what this idiot didn't know was that he was leaving behind a trail so detailed, so damning that the court didn't need him present to convict. This is the true story of Ameris Bank versus Jamaal Terrance Milbry, a $217 scam that turned into a $652,000 judgment. Stick around, because this isn't just a story about one man's fraud. This is a lesson that digital deception is evolving faster than people is realizing.
FBI, open up!
This scam begins in Georgia, USA. A man named Jamaal Terrance Milbry, operating under multiple aliases, JT Milbry, T Milbry, LaShawn Milbry, Jamal Johnson, registers a new company. It was called 360 Spin Pick LLC. But don't let the name fool you. This was no photo booth company. Just under a year later, the company changes its name to something more legitimate sounding, Spar for Less LLC, and it adopts an address already tied to a well-known spa equipment business, Byrite Salon and Spa Equipment in Norcross, Georgia. Why this address? Because Byrite is real, established in 1936, recognized by the beauty industry. By hijacking their identity, Jamaal creates a veil of authenticity. Milbry wasn't alone though. He was working with Kealana Glover and Michael Caprio, names that come up repeatedly in court filings as co-conspirators. Together, they crafted the appearance of a successful spa equipment distributor, complete with a fabricated business website and addresses that didn't exist in county records. Between August and October of 2022, Milbry and his team began submitting fake loan applications to Ameris Bank through its lending arm, Balboa Capital Corporation. They used a digital platform called e-Original, a secure submission system designed for efficient electronic document handling. But instead of uploading legitimate paperwork, Milbry uploaded the following: forged equipment finance agreements, fake invoices for spa equipment, forged driver's licenses, including ones that falsely represented Rydall Williamson and Suzanne Klein, disbursement authorizations and delivery certificates that confirmed equipment was installed when it wasn't. They created a web of fraudulent identities and transactions. All data was submitted electronically, satisfying the legal standard for wire fraud under Title 18 of the United States Code, Section 1343. Let's get into the money trail and break down how much Milbry extracted and how he did it. Here is a list of names and fake identities that he created to put through these loan amounts. First, Russell with a loan amount of $55,934.01. The bank destination, Spar for Less, JT Milbry, Piermont Bank, New York. Number 2, Bella, $59,888.25. The bank destination, same account. Number 3, Suzanne Klein, $51,041.65. The bank destination, the same account. The last fake identity was Milbry for $50,513.82. The bank destination, you guessed it, the same account. Each loan relied on forged signatures and false claims of delivered equipment. Each one listed Milbry's address as the address of business. Each one was paid out via ACH transfer directly to his Piermont bank account. The total, $217,377.73. That is roughly 3.9 million rand. None of the equipment listed on the invoices was real. No delivery ever occurred, yet the money was gone. When Emira's Bank started investigating in mid-2023, they actually found out that the documents were forged. They sent demand letters. Milbry didn't respond. In fact, he vanished. According to case references and tracking data, Milbry fled to South Africa. But that wasn't the end. When his location was compromised, he relocated to Nigeria, a country with complex extradition dynamics. It was a classic tactic, cross jurisdictions to delay or avoid prosecution. But the detailed digital evidence he left behind told the full story. The legal showdown started September 11, 2023. Emira's Bank files their lawsuit. This was filed in the Northern District of Georgia, and the defendants are Spar for Less LLC and Jamaal Terrance Milbry. November 27, 2023, default entered against Spar for Less, and October 8, 2024, default entered against Milbry. February 14, 2025, final default judgment issued. Milbry never showed up to court, but under US federal rules, a default means all factual allegations in the complaint are deemed admitted. The court ruled federal RICO violations for bank fraud and wire fraud, Georgia RICO violations for forgery and theft by deception, fraudulent misrepresentation, negligent misrepresentation, conversion of unlawful retention of funds, unjust enrichment, and breach of contract and forgery under Georgia law. Those are quite some rulings, and I bet the penalties weren't shy of anything harsh. Let's get into the penalties. The first judgment awarded was the base loss of $217,377.73. Then there's the treble damages for federal and Georgia RICO charges of $652,133.19. Late fees were charged of $2,382.30. Accrued interest $77,053.71 as of October 2024. Daily interest at $107.20 per day. Attorney's fees that were sought were $29,706.37. Even without Milbry in custody, the court hit him with a financial wrecking ball. That's the power of civil RICO claims. Even if you flee, you can still be convicted and penalized. There's a few lessons that we all can learn from the story, so I'm gonna break them down to you. Number one, fake companies can look real. Always verify a business's licenses, address, and transaction histories, because that will give you an idea if this business is real or not. Number two, e-signatures are not always safe. Secure platforms like eOriginal relies heavily on upstream verification. If the user fakes everything, even the strongest system can be exploited. Number three, watch out for identity hacking, because that is exactly what happened here. Using a real company's address and using stock images on your website is a huge red flag. Once you guys see that, run. Number four, RICO is powerful. If you're a victim of fraud with pattern and planning behind it, RICO can triple your damages, and they will go after the person even across borders. If you were an underwriter or bank officer, would you have caught onto the scam? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever encountered a fake business online? Drop your story below. We might feature your comment in a future documentary. And hey, if this breakdown shocked you, like this video so that more people can see it. As of the script's writing, Jamaal has not returned to the US. But Emira's Bank holds a legally enforceable judgment, and that judgment doesn't expire. Whether through wage garnishment or asset seizure or even extradition, this case is far from over. So to conclude this video, Jamaal Terrance Milbry thought he found a loophole. He used technology, fake identities, and a trail of lies to scam a bank out of over $200,000. He vanished overseas thinking he'd escaped judgment. But the paper trail he left behind, that was his undoing. This story is more than a court case. It's a cautionary tale for our digital era. Subscribe if you want to see more stories like this. Real fraud, real consequences. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next breakdown. Like this video if you believe stories like these deserves the spotlight. And tell me, how would you spot a fraud like this? Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.